Hey guys, and welcome back to IdleOn. Lots more progress to talk about today here. As you can see, just had another full clear of the World 1 party dungeon right there. Here's some World 4 boss keys that I got, troll keys, and those are important because I'm going to use them to complete the achievements that are necessary for unlocking the rest of the troll armor. So gonna be doing that. Had to farm some keys to do that. We got some more fishing going on here, mostly trying to get the Kraken so that I can complete the other weapon upgrades for my warrior characters. Construction going pretty decently here, I think. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. I was collecting... My only objective at this point is I was collecting more cogs with higher XP numbers, and then I just trashed the rest. So we'll see how that progresses there. Made some very good progress here on Arena. This ended up being my highest Arena run, I think, ever. So as you can see here, had the Rattler, Defender, Looter, Badum, Refiller, and the Borger. And this was working pretty well here. What I figured out was that I could basically use the Defender here near the end to actually drag the whole thing out, because I was sort of selectively spamming the Defender and the Rattler. Maybe not at this point so much here, but once the converter ran out, I was having to very selectively spam between the two of them. You'll notice I'm like switching back and forth between the Rattler and the Defender. And basically I could just keep doing that until the refiller ran out. And that was my strategy here. And it was working pretty well. At this point, you can see on this one, I had to basically just hold down the Defender because the axes were so frequent that I couldn't get any Rattler off. So that was causing an issue. And what happened was eventually I ran out of refiller. I could have actually just kept going with this indefinitely, or unless I missed on the axes with the Defender, but I ended up running out of refiller, and that's how I ended up losing. So I was going pretty well here, but unfortunately I just run out of refiller, and you can see immediately after that I just go down, and that was it right there. That was the end of that. Yeah, the second I ran out of refillers, it was over. So here you can see 192 is my best round. I've gotten really close to 200. Those last 10 rounds, though, are really slow. So there's another character with a Luster tier materials bag upgrade, and that one was massive. Went from less than 1,000 to 40. I can't read what that says because I have it like minimized. It's either 46 or 48,000. And yeah, that's a massive difference. So here's a Skullfish pendant. Someone in the comments had recommended I make this. I'll be honest with you, I just completely didn't even realize. I thought I'd already done that upgrade. I knew there was another pendant. I thought I'd crafted it. I just got confused. So just went ahead and did it because it was a very easy craft. And it's a much better bonus XP versus AFK gains. XP might be better for Maestro, though. I don't know. I might want one of the XP pendants for Maestro. I haven't worked on my Maestro in a while, honestly. It's mostly sat in the lab. So here's the fishing setup at this point. You can see the gear I've got there. The two keychains are both the shop ones that were AFK gains, because those seemed like they'd be really good for that type of thing. And here I am behind once again on the World 4 mini-boss. So let's go ahead and get these. As you can see, it gives pretty good loot, so it's worth doing it much more often than I've done it, because you get like candy and like ladles and all kinds of good stuff. Upgrade stones, lots of eggs, lots of boss keys too, surprisingly. So now let's do the World 3. slush mini boss. This one in particular, I was extremely surprised at how many Chizoar keys this gave me. I got 80 Chizoar keys from this. That's a ton. That's like 10 days of Chizoar keys. So pretty good idea to do that, and the card from this one is pretty good too. If I recall, it was like monster cash, so that was a pretty useful one. And then on top of that, I also got, as you'll see here, I also got the slush skull, which is pretty good if you don't have the resources to craft any of the medium tiered worship skulls, because the slush skull has very low requirements, and obviously you don't have to craft it, but it's quite good in terms of max charge and such. So unfortunately, I'm like right at the point where I finally kind of don't fully need the slush skull anymore. I can finally craft things that are better than it, I think, if I understand the stats right. But for a lot of players, slush skull would be very good. So Chizoar here was farming Chizoar Chaotic 1 specifically to try and get Blanky drops, and there we go, I finally got one. That was on my last run there, but then it turned out I had another key that I activated, so we got one of the Blankies. Let's go back and do another one. I think I still needed like 4 more Blankies for my characters. Well, 3 after getting that one, since my objective is to get one on all my characters. And as you can see right here, I got a Blanky on back-to-back runs. I have 4.92x drop rarity, so pretty good. Not completely maxed just because I was lazy, but I was like, it's good enough. We got Blankies on back-to-back runs. So gonna go put those in the characters. That should leave me with 2 characters, I believe, that don't have Chizoar Blankies, but 8 out of 10 will have one. So that's pretty good. I'm well on my way to accomplishing, maxing out that slot for my characters. Probably will just take like another few weeks or something, and then I should have that done. Probably as soon as I get it done, there'll be some like better item from World 5 to put in that slot, so then I'll have to start all over with it. So as you can see here, I'd like to get the level of some of these characters like this sorcerer up some more, just because 157 sounded good to me originally, but now I'm starting to see that there's some gear requirements for like craftable gear that might eclipse that. So yeah, I might want to get these levels up, like for my Beastmaster as well. Might want to get them up to more like 180, something like that. Ideally all above 200, but I'm trying to balance them, and obviously there's certain characters that just are better for active than others, like Bubo. So, and here we go. Finally got Sugar Rush unlocked. Someone in the comments nicely told me how to do it. You just have to split the stack. You have to be able to hold that stack in your inventory, though. That's important to note. But then you can just drag it to a different slot. So you can actually have 2 stacks in the bank of the same item, which I did not know was a thing, but you can. So yeah, it's going to wrap up this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next video.